Welcome to week 5. So this week's video is on marriage and relationships because a few of you have responded and said, would you please do something on marriage and relationships? Now this might be video number 1 of like 432 because marriage and relationships, as many of you know, is a big, broad, heavy topic, right? So bear with me. We're just going to skim the surface this morning or today. And I want to start with the fact that we're all opposites when we come into a relationship. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, no, me and my person, we're very similar. We are on the same page when it comes to raising kids. We're on the same page when it comes to money and loving each other. Great. I'm good for you. But guess what? You're still coming in as opposites because we have different upbringings, we have different baggage, we have different life experiences, and that alone, we are coming in as opposites, okay? And, you know, male and female coming in married, guaranteed you're opposite, okay? Just that alone makes you an opposite. Case in point, my husband and I, who were actually, I think, kind of similar in a lot of ways. We were having some little snuggle time, and no, that's not code for cookies, but we were having just some snuggle time, and I said to my husband, trying to be all romantic, I said, tell me how much you love me, and he starts talking, which should have been my first clue, and he says something about loving me like a water hose without a governor. And I'm over here thinking, I was just kind of looking for to the moon and back, or as deep as the ocean. That would have worked. And now I'm thinking about water hoses, which I never think about unless somebody sprays me with one. And I don't even know what a governor is when it comes to, I thought that was a head of state. No idea what that is when it comes to a water hose. That right there, people, is case in point that we come at things so differently, and our communication, our analogies for our love, everything, we come at it from 2 different angles, 2 different sides, life experiences. We are opposites. And because we are opposites, there is something that is fundamentally true. Because you are an opposite, you need, and this is number 1, you need support in that relationship of yours. Find someone or somebodies who will support you in this relationship, because many people think that support means a counselor, and if you're seeing a marriage counselor, then your marriage must be in trouble or it must be falling apart. That is not true. That's only true about 15% of the time. Being in with a counselor or a therapist or somebody who's going to support your marriage is showing you how to take something that's good and make it better, or if you're in something that's great, to keep it great. That's what that is for. Maybe a counselor's not what you need. Maybe it's a group that meets together, or finding a couple who has been in a relationship a little bit longer than you, or a lot longer than you, meeting with them, having dinner, listening to their stories, asking them questions about how they did things or how they do things. Any way that works for you, find that support. An example that I like to use with people that I spend time with is this. We go to the dentist a couple times a year, right? Most of us do. We shouldn't wait to go until a tooth blows up and basically destroys our mouth. If that's you, you probably don't have a lot of teeth. But we generally go to the dentist to maintain our health in our mouth, right? Same thing goes with our marriage. We don't want to wait to go see somebody, a specialist, when something is destructive or blows up and is painful. So instead of that, go and get maintenance done so that you can avoid that altogether. Getting the support we need in our relationship is healthy, it's important, and it's wise. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this. Stop it right now. Comparison. Comparison is that thing that will rob you. Comparison is a liar. It will rob you of the joy that you have in your person, And comparison lies to you. It will lie to you and tell you that your person isn't enough, isn't good enough, isn't as good as somebody else's person. It is a liar and a robber. So you stop comparison the minute it comes into your mind. You stop it, you shut it out. It will try to get into your mind, it will destroy your heart, and it will ruin your home. So you keep comparison at bay, you keep it out, and you focus on what is true about your person and about your relationship. My relationship and your relationship, they're two different things. And that's good. That's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be ours individually. So stop the comparisons. Get support, stop comparisons. Those are my first two things, just kind of on the surface as we dig into marriage and relationships, because let me tell you what I believe. We're here to be in relationships, and we're meant to be in relationships where we thrive, not just feeling like we need to survive. So if you need to, reach out to somebody, get the support that you need, and stop the comparisons. And we'll talk about other things when it comes to marriage and relationships in another video. But for now, see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Also, share this. It might be encouraging to someone else, and I love to hear your comments, so bring them on.